Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to The King's Speech. So originally, I had not intended to keep up with the Spy Family reviews. I was just going to catch up on the series, catch up with the series on my own. But I did a little poll on Twitter, and apparently, my viewers do like my Shonen Jump series kind of reaction stuff. So I figured I'll do a catch-up stream or catch-up video today, at least for Spy Family. I'll probably start doing actual live reactions and things once I'm caught up. Yeah, I'll talk about this more on my channel update and other stuff. I'm probably also going to start adding Jujutsu Kaisen and Kaiju number 8 to my Shonen Jump streams weekly. But that will either be probably not next week, because I think Shonen Jump's coming out early next week. We'll see. Maybe on Sunday of next week I might get into it if I have time, but either next week or the week after I'll get those two series pulled into the roster as well. And it looks like since I'm 6 chapters behind on Spy Family and I want to do too much of it at once because I have another couple of videos I want to do today, I'm going to catch up with 3 chapters today, and then I'll catch up with 3 chapters the week after that. So with that said, let's pick up where we left off last time with Spy Family Mission 31 by Tetsuya Endo. As we see, I have translation by Casey Lowe and lettering by Rina Mappa. So we see Nightfall going, "Twilight, my mentor, you've changed. You've developed inappropriate emotions from your time in the Forger family. Your efficacy as a spy has diminished. You're a knife with a chipped blade. When I see what you've become, it makes my heart ache. Oh, Twilight, this new milder you is every bit as adorable. My heart throbs for you so much it hurts. I love you so. Even if you've become one of those toy knives where the blade retracts on contact, I still yearn for you. If anything, this new care for you is somehow even more endearing." And she's like, "Nevertheless, this will not do. Awakening the heart buried within you is my life's work. Your forger. I will usurp the wife position from you." And you see Cavi Campbell, age 56. After earning his fortune in the energy sector, he became widely known as one of the world's foremost collectors of classical art. His collection includes the painting The Lady in the Sun, valued at roughly 1 million dalk. That is the target of our mission. And Lloyd's like, "A painting?" And Nightfall goes, "It was previously owned by the late Colonel Eric Zakaris. I believe he was in the East Military Intelligence Division during the war and was a major player in ending the war." So that's right. He's said to be in possession of some dangerous secret intelligence that would reignite the flames of war should it ever become public. The so-called Zakaris dossier. Rumors of its contents have included everything from records of human experimentation performed by the East to evidence of POW massacres committed by the West. The whereabouts of this ticking time bomb have been a mystery until now. And Lloyd's like, "Oh, does this painting hold some sort of clue to its location?" It's like, "According to a well-placed source, yes. There may be a secret code hidden within it. It's only a matter of time before Campbell, and through him the Eastern government, discovers the secret, which means we need to retrieve the Zakaris dossier before they do." And Lloyd goes, "Regardless of whether its contents are dangerous for the East or West, its release could reignite hostilities between the two." And he goes, "Where's the painting being kept?" He's like, "Beneath Campbell's mansion with the rest of his collection. However, security is tight and Campbell has connections at the State Security Service. Every thief who has attempted to rob his place seems to have met a swift and decisive end. Any direct attempt to infiltrate the collection would carry a significant risk." And Lloyd asks, "Do you have a plan?" Nightfall's like, "Of course I have a plan." And we see this roar as you see these dark, foreboding stairs. Oh man, you see this underground fighting ring set up for a tennis match, and you see the audience on both sides just cheering as you and a thwack and a game, set, match. Woo! You gotta be kidding me, give me my money back. The payout for those who wagered on, that was total crap. You call that a match? You ought to kill yourselves. Rotten hell, losers. You see, 10 minutes remain to place bets on the next match. Oh my God. And you see Lloyd and Nightfall dressed in these stereotypical tennis outfits with these ridiculous wigs. Oh, man. And Lloyd's just like, Nightfall? It's like, what is it, Twilight? Was this really the only way? It's like, it's a fix! This stinks! So I consider it the most promising option. Campbell and the other members of his illicit tennis club. Campbell and the other members of his illicit tennis club are behind this underground tennis competition, colloquially known as Campbelldon. Vast quantities of money from financial industry bigwigs and underworld figures flow through here. The competitors are typically skilled players retained by Campbell's wealthy socialite friends, but any amateur can enter if they're willing to pay the exorbitant registration fee. It's like, and the winner of the tournament is allowed to take an item of their choice from Campbell's personal collection. And Lloyd's like, alright, but why tennis? Like, illicit tennis club? He's like, apparently he's a big fan of the sport. Entering Campbelldon provides a risk-free way to complete our mission. That is, if we win. And you see match 4 of round 1 is about to begin. And you see, let's welcome our first team, Twain and Ophelia Phony. Oh my God. It's like, we're up. Those are the names I registered. Like, these double partners, apparently husband and wife. It's like, they're going to tear you apart. It's like, hey, this ain't no damn couples retreat. And Lloyd's like, why'd we go with that cover story? Look, all these people think we're married. So I'll give $100 to dump them. And you see, their opponents are the famous duo Wilson and Bobble. My God, why do I feel like that's a reference to some English band? These tennis legends dominated the Grand Slam circuit 10 years ago. He's like, wait, they're actual retired tennis pros? Like, come on! And he's like, have you played much tennis, Twilight? He's like, I've dabbled, but not much more than that. I practiced with the family a little to prepare for this. He's like, what did you tell your family? You see Lloyd out with Yor and Anya's like, but I want to play tennis ball too. Yor's like, then we'll all play together. So I told him I was playing in a competition with an important work associate. And she's like, I see. It's like, I promise you won't have to make excuses like that for much longer. She goes, well, you don't need to worry. Just stand in the corner and try to stay out of my way. She does a little sexy hair flip. And she's like, after this mission, you'll finally understand how much of an asset I would be as your wife for Operation Strix. I was like, I'll take care of this by myself. And then she says, you can count on me, Twilight. And you see Lloyd thinking back to one of his bosses telling him that Nightfall is in some kind of crazy rush to make a name for herself. You better make sure she doesn't mess things up in the process. And Lloyd's like, I hate this mission already. And you see the odds stand at a staggering 120 to 1.3. Does anyone have the courage to make a life-changing bet on those lovebirds? And you see, ha 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 ha. As you see the other two tennis pros, one's got 3 scratches down one eye. The other's got a cut on his nose. They look like hooligans. It looks like this match is just a joke. You guys tourists who got lost or something? We may have quit the circuit, but we never stopped striving for perfection. The whole reason we moved underground was to find stronger competition. We've spent months in the mountains training ourselves bloody in anticipation of this day. Lloyd's like, well, let's all do our best and have a great game. And they turn around and go, game? You poor fool. What's about to happen will be a slaughter. Get ready to go home in tears. And you see Phony to serve. Ready? Play. You see Thought Busy Twilight bounces the ball and he tosses it up in a high arc. And he just gets his game face on us. He just slams the ball like a missile and it goes flying in, hits the ground next to the other guy's feet, and goes flying off and just slams into the net and comes back with a thop, thop, thop and rolls back. And you have 15 love. And he's like, huh? And you have Nightfall going, a service ace against a professional player right off the bat. You've completely redefined the word dabble, and I love you for it. And he's just like, as he's casually spinning the bat. He does more serves like that. As you have 30 love, 40 love, game. And you see, it's like, what the hell? Not even world champions have serves like that. It's like, what's going on here? He's like, her, the woman. It's like, aim for the woman. You see the serve that aim straight for Nightfall, who takes a breath and just casually backhands the thing with a whack and sends it flying back. And you have love 15. He's like, what in God's name? And Lloyd's like, not bad, Nightfall, Nephalia. He's like, praised me. He's like, I'm just getting started. It's like, okay, let's keep showing him how incredible I am as we pulverize our foes. We'll have that painting in no time. And you see her just imagining this dream scenario of Twilight hoisting her up. And she's like, you're amazing, Nightfall. Be my doubles partner for life. She's like, oh, Twilight. And you see Raw as she just goes ape on both of them. And you see that their clothes have just been the opponent's clothes have been completely shredded as they fall to their knees. And you have game, set, and match to Team Phony. And you have, what a stunning upset. This pair of rank amateurs came out of nowhere to shut out a team of seasoned pros. We have a new dark horse team on our hands. How to hell with this? It's like, ah ha ha, well, that was really something, wasn't it? Was their incredible victory just a fluke, or will this upend the entire tournament? It's like, this could be a very profitable development, don't you think? It's like, you haven't started rigging these matches, have you, Mr. Campbell? He's like, hehehe. So we come here to enjoy some nice, clean wagering. And Campbell goes, anything can happen in a match against ordinary opponents, but the next match will be against my Bolick brothers. There will be no fluke this time. He's like, what? They're just drug addicts, aren't they? He's like, this time it's going to play out a bit differently. Oh my god. He's like, we've been developing a new doping agent called OSO-R in preparation for the upcoming East-West Sports Exhibition. They've been given the trial version. You see these two junkies just popping a needle in. So yeah, thank you all for your patience. Your second round is about to begin. It's like Team Phony pulled off a miracle first upset in the first match. Can they repeat that? And you see these two guys have just become like these hulking gray figures with just enormous muscles everywhere. You have against Dressen's Bolick brothers. And you see Lloyd going, what was that you said, Nephalia? A risk-free way? And she's like, let's do our very best, dear. So we go straight to chapter 32. And we have, Mama, get the ball. It's like, Mama. And you see Yor and Anya and Bond in the park. And you see Bond with a little tennis racket in his mouth. It's just so adorable as they're flooding the ball towards Yor. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, Anya. It's like, were you daydreaming, Mama? It's like, no, of course not. And you see Yor just kind of holding the tennis ball as she thinks to a tennis competition with some work associates. Does that include her? It's like, what is that woman to Lloyd exactly? It's probably nothing, but any prospect of having to return to my old life and making Yuri worry again. It's like, it's like, maybe I need to make sure it doesn't come to that. Do whatever it takes. As she's just clenching the ball in her fist. Anya's just like, he's like, no, stop it, Yor. Stop thinking about such things. Something horrible could happen. Like, she seems like a good person. Anya's just standing there in shock still. And then she goes and pats her and goes, you don't have anything to worry about, Mama. It's like, huh? What do you mean? He's like, could she know what I was just thinking about? And Anya's like, I mean, you don't need to worry because I know Papa's going to bring home that trophy. He's like, trophy? He's like, oh, and Yor smiles. He's like, yes, I'm sure you're right. Lloyd can accomplish anything. Any opponent who stands in his way is in for a beatdown. He's like, yay, beatdown! Jeff, and in the second round, it's Team Phony versus the Bolick brothers. Competitors to the court. You see these two roided out hulks coming in. And Lloyd goes, is it just me, Nephalia, or do the Bolick brothers seem a little different since the first round. And she's like, there's something I neglected to mention about this tournament. Modified rackets, special gear, doping, and unsportsmanlike conduct. Essentially anything goes. You see people on rollerblades, caltrops, being placed on the opponent's bench, double rackets. She's like, I suspect steroids are involved. He's like, yes, I doubt those gains are entirely natural. And you see one of the audience going, I'm counting on you, Hulks. I bet my life savings on you. Blow this and I'll kill you both. And one of them just grabs the portion of fence the guy's behind and just rips it off like it's tissue paper. As you have, whoa, Catan Bullock, the younger brother, just tore a hole in the fence. He's like, shut up and watch. He's like, such incredible strength. He's like, they're monsters. So they gotta bet on the brothers. What normal human could hope to defeat them? And you see, time is almost up for placing bets. The phonies pulled off a miracle earlier, but the Bullock brothers clearly possess incredible strength. Who will triumph? And you have Lloyd going, overcoming that level of power won't be easy. How can we stop them from wearing us down? And you see, as one of them clenches the tennis ball in his fist and just pops it. And you have, and now Anan, the elder Bullock, is crushing tennis balls as if they're grapes. Can we show some respect for the gear, please? He's like, hey, boy, what's that smell? Did you pee your pants? Maybe you ought to get your girl there to change your diaper, huh? And Lloyd's just unfazed. As Nightfall's like, of course I'd be happy to. And he's like, what are you, chicken? Don't got nothing to say for yourself? It's like, hey, bro, this guy ain't too smart. Loser. Don't got no verbal skills. It's like, yeah, you can tell from his face he don't got no brains. Just some idiot chump in his happy place. That's funny. And you see, Nightfall's just about to snap. And in no time flat, you see both the Bullock brothers with these huge ball indents on them as Nightfall's just casually walking away from the net, 6-6, complete sweep. You have game, set, and match to Team Phony. Such strength from this young couple. The Phonies are the real deal. Meanwhile, the poor Bullock brothers lie beaten and battered. What a ruthless and brutal victory for the Phonies. And Lloyd's like, did you really need to hit them with every single smash? That's gotta hurt. And you see, he's like, the fix is in. There's a bunch of dumb chumps. He's like, my hand slipped, and she's thinking, burn in hell. And you have, my secret weapon's ruined. It's like, you might want to send that drug of yours back to R&D. It's like, but seriously, those two are good. Even you have to be sweating at this point, Campbell. And he goes, oh, I wouldn't say so. And you see afterward, a series of unnecessarily bold and flashy plays from Nightfall led Team Phony steadily through the tournament. And you see her just leaping like a ballerina as she smashes. He goes, are you impressed, Twilight? Are you impressed, Twilight? Ultimately landing them a spot in the finals. And you see, the finals will begin in 20 minutes. Until then, please wait here. Nightfall's like, we're nearly there. What do you think of my aggressive style of play, Twilight? Well, Lloyd goes, it appears our final round opponents will be Campbell's own son and daughter. They're still in high school but have been training in the sport since early childhood. Since their father's running the show, we'll need to be wary of any attempts to tip the scales in their favor. And she goes, reaching the finals was a trivial matter. I'm sure beating them will be too. And then he'll ask me to be his doubles partner in life. And you see Lloyd just getting up, something goes Nightfall as he grabs one of her hands. It's like, Twilight? It's like he's making his move now? Here? But Twilight, my heart's not ready. Ah! And you see him kind of grabbing her hand. You see that it's badly kind of battered and bruised. And she's got little dribbles of blood. As he goes, you need to reel it in. Look how bruised your hand is. And she's like, what? It's like, this isn't going to be as easy as you think. I know you're eager, but get under control. And she yanks her hand back and goes, this will be exactly as easy as I think. And we don't have time to waste. And Lloyd goes, I've heard the same thing from a lot of dead comrades. When a spy loses their cool, they usually lose their life as well. How many times do I have to teach you that? And she goes, point taken. So, but Twilight, didn't you also teach me that all spies are expendable? And yet look how you fret over me. What a dirty little hypocrite you are. It's like, whoa, look at the fire in her eyes. Does she really hold my methods in such contempt? It's like, I love, 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 love. It's like, damn it, why did I jerk my hand free of his like that? I can still feel his lingering warmth on my tingling fingers. It's like, wait, tingling? It's like, hold on a minute. You see a whoosh as you see some gas is being pushed in through the vents overhead. And she goes, Twilight. He goes, hold your breath and close your eyes. Colorless, odorless gas, probably some sort of non-lethal chemical agent. I'd noticed the Campbell kids' earlier opponents seemed to be off their game. This must be why. Probably an attempt to impair our abilities. You're tapping out some Morse code. As he goes, they're fighting dirty. It's like, crap, locked from the outside. I could pick it with ease, but there may be a guard stationed outside. We're posing as the normal people who need to play the part. We'll have to pretend we got caught in the trap. He goes, just in case, cover as much skin as possible and climb onto those lockers to reduce the damage. Can you hold your breath until the doors open? And he's like, if it's about 10 minutes. And you see, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. The championship match of the 14th Campbell Dawn is about to begin. The phony couple versus the Campbell siblings. Can the phonies prevent the Campbell siblings from a three-peat? The odds favor returning champions, but only slightly. You know, I bet 200,000 on the Lovebird or 20,000 on the Lovebirds. Those guys are unstoppable. I put all of the phonies, everything I got. And yeah, wonderful. As expected, everyone is betting on the couple. It's like, what an interesting match. I know my money's on the phonies. It's like, mine too. But I imagine you'll be betting on your kids, won't you, Campbell? And he goes, of course. So they're going to win in a rout. 10 million on my children. After all, the phonies just spent 10 minutes soaking up my gas. It's like, you two feeling okay? You're looking a little pale. He goes, now, Carol and Kim, do your part and clean their clocks. Lloyd's like, how do you feel? She goes, still some pins and needles. My heart rate and breathing have been slightly disrupted. And you see Kim and Carol going, I just got word from Father. He says we don't need to bother making it look close anymore. And she's like, I'm so sick of him micromanaging everything. It's like, I just want to beat these clowns and get that new yacht he promised us. It's like, phony to serve, ready play. And you have them pulling out these rackets with like these little wire attachments next to them as Lloyd serves. You have a softball, huh? My God. And the Kim just clicks a little trigger on his thing, and you see these rocket launchers on his tennis racket, bringing it forward as he slams the ball and sends it flying back towards Nightfall. Kind of just tries to deflect it with her racket, manages to swing it off to the side, and you have out. It's like, and there it is. Well, that's Carol. Okay, never mind. Carol is the dude. Carol's jet-powered rocket has already made his presence felt. And he goes, don't think of it as cheating, okay? It took a lot of practice to learn how to use this thing. And you have, the phonies have their opponents right where they want them. The ball's too far for Kim to return. Oh, so you see the shot was sent on a diagonal right to the edge of the court. And you have a shink. Oh, what the hell? And you see Carol just whips her racket out and the head goes flying with a swish and a whack and sends the ball flying back. And you have a wow, what reach from her whip racket? Like, that was nothing. You have the Campbell kids are showing exactly why they're the defending champions. He's like, yeah, go. It's like, I love you, Carol. It's like, game Campbell. It's like the Campbell siblings have dominated the first set of the match. You have, get it together, damn it. Wake up. You should have had that one. You need a shave, you thug. It's like, morons. I believe in you, Nephalia. Nightfall's like, I need to memorize the faces of everyone jeering at Twilight. Jeff, that's the first set the phonies have lost in the tournament. Jeff, no, damn it. It's like, so sorry, old chum. And you see Lloyd kind of just clenching his fist and putting it back together. As he looks at Nightfall, kind of nods. Jeff, the second set is about to begin. The phonies need to win this one no matter what. Carol Campbell with the serve. He does a sonic serve as he slams the ball, and you see Lloyd going in. Twain Phony pulls off the return, and you see it's not a great plan. It's like, with enough spin. As you see Kim just kind of barely manages to deflect and send it flying back. So you have Love 15. As Nightfall comes in and slams it back. You have it's like everyone gets lucky sometimes. And you see the game starting to level back as you have the spark is coming back to the phonies game. It's like, crap, what's going on here? So the Campbells have given up 3 games in a matter of minutes. You have at this rate. Carol looks back to one of those black suits who nods. Jeff, can the phonies keep this up to make it 4 in a row? And he glares as you see some clicks. And you see where Nightfall's stepping. There's a little depression as the thing triggers down. And it catches her off balance. And you have, Nephalia Phony's return is way out of bounds. And you have her looking down. The floors pop back up as Carol's like, hit, hit. Lloyd's like, so that's it. I'd noticed the court was composed of 36 distinct panels. Now we know why. And they may have more tricks up their sleeves. This could get bad. Lloyd's like, it's not a problem, as he clenches his racket harder. And he goes, I'm not going to lose to dumb gimmicks like this. And she goes, there it is. He's like, watch my back, Nephalia. That's the Twilight who won my heart. The Twilight I can't stop chasing. The Twilight I want at my side. The Twilight who turned my respect into love. The Twilight whose dreams became my dreams. It's like, just try to stay alert, Twain. So what I'm saying is, and you see, you and I will crush them together. And you see a little note of, I love you. Oh, God, I love this. All right, chapter 33 next. So we have, So you see a boing. As Lloyd just bounces off the little depression one off the thing, and he just slams the ball back. You have the phonies are on a roll. It's like, damn it, how about this? It's like, wow, what an incredible shot by Carol Campbell. And you see the ball flying into one of the little panels and bouncing back out again. And you see Nightfall just jumping up and slamming it down. And you have Carol just taking it back. He's like, God, time for plan C. Manipulating the height of the net. And you see Twain, as you see the ball just kind of going up the net, rising a little higher. He's like, I see. They can move it up or down by 1 ball's length. We'll have to adjust the trajectory of our shots accordingly. And you see, it's not working at all. It's God. In this case, we'll just set them with them win. And you see, for all the Campbell's tricks and gimmicks. And you see they're just serving the ball to take advantage of it. It's like, what? They're using it against us. Damn it. It's like, coat the ball with stink spray. But won't it affect us too? You see amounted little more than slight annoyances to the resurgent spy team. The phonies are back in the game. And you see your judgment, perception, ball control are all top-notch, Nephalia. I'm so glad to have you on my team. She's like, darling, this is the deciding set. Which team will emerge triumphant? If only this match could last forever. Maybe I can finagle it into an indefinite series of tiebreakers? No, Nightfall, it's a terrible idea. Twilight might lose his respect for me. He's finally found his groove again. I wouldn't dare let him lose it. So what was I thinking? As she's mumbling to herself, Lloyd's like, Nightfall looks focused, plotting our next moves. I'm glad she's got herself back under control. Campbell Sr.'s like, what the hell are you two doing? Do you have any idea how much I'm riding on this match? He's like, we better call on the big guns. And you see, have they given up on their tricks? It's like they lobbed it up. I've got this. And you see Carol just sticking his tongue with it, doing a thwip thwip. It's like, what was that new signal? Oh. And you see a ka-chik and a glint as you see up above in one of the events. Lloyd notices it as you see a sniper rifle focused on Nightfall. And you see a knight! As the shot comes in and he goes and leaps onto her back. She's like, Twilight! As he takes the shot in his shoulder. They fall with a thump. He's like, dear me, what on earth just happened? Twain Phony grabbed his wife and tumbled to the ground. And you have Carol going, why don't you save the makeout session till the match is over, dude? It's like, no way, did he see the shot coming? And Nightfall's like, Twain, it's like, my love, are you alright? It's like, excuse me. He's like, don't worry, I'm not seriously hurt. It's like, but honey. And he picks up this tiny bullet. Excuse me. And goes, it's a rubber bullet. There's a sniper in the ducks behind us. And she's like, I'm so sorry if I'd been more attentive. He's like, don't worry about it. I had a feeling something like this might happen. I've got a bulletproof vest under my shirt. And she's like, you thought something like this might happen? You're incredible. Like, of course you do. And you see him just stretching and like, nothing to it. And Carol's like, he's just going to walk it off? It hit him, right? And Nightfall's like, this is going too far even for Campbell. Should we try to get them penalized for interference? Even a rubber bullet can be fatal. And he goes, I wonder. It seems like most of the tournament staff is in Campbell's pocket, and any disruption to the match could cost us our chance to get that painting. We can't risk it. And he goes, the good news is these are low velocity bullets. We can throw off the sniper's aim by providing an inviting target and then making sudden movements. We just have to make sure we spot their signals. It's worth a try. You see the referee going, are you okay, son? And Lloyd's like, I was like, sorry about that. Looks like all the drinking last night caught up with me. And you see, unbelievable. Twain Phony's spectacular performance today is being done in the throes of a hangover. And Carol's like, that can't be true. And Lloyd's like, yeah, it's not. So let the game resume. And you see him doing his little thumb signal again. As Lloyd's like, going to target me mid-serve. And he does a few steps to the right, just does a pose as JoJo poses as he serves. And you see Twain Phony staggers to the side as he serves. Is he still drunk? See the sniper miss. He's like, no way, I missed? So we need the entire court interference squad working in tandem here. Do whatever it takes to make sure those kids win. You have sniper, panel guy, net guy, and win guy. It's like, roger that. And you see both of them just doing these awkward poses as they dodge everything. It's like, you can't land a hit. What's going on? Now even Nefalia swing drunkenly around the court. How much did these lovers drink last night? It's like that overconfidence makes you so very predictable. And you see the sniper going, Team BB, we need you now. Don't let the line judge or audience see what you're up to. And you see BB1 set. It's like BB2 set. What the hell is that? Okay, so it looks like there's two little kids on the side of the court firing what I assume are little BB guns. You see, get ready, Nightfall. It's like, I'm on it, Twilight. And you see a glint. It's like, even the ball boys are part of this. You see one of the firing off as Lloyd just barely deflects it. And you have Twain swinging wildly at nothing. It's like, he parried it. He parried mine too. And Nightfall's like, now we have two more things to worry about. Like, true, but unlike the sniper, we can see exactly where they're looking and how their hands are moving. They won't do much harm. Let's finish this already. And you see them just dancing around the court as all these hits are coming. It's like, more bizarre moves for the phonies. I have absolutely no idea what they're doing out there. Are we witnessing the so-called drunken fist style of the Far East? Whatever it is, it's working. And Campbell's like, Carol, Kim, get it together. You have to beat them. You see Twilight clenching as the ball and a bullet are coming towards him at the same time. And he swings his racket to deflect both. Oh, and you see the bullet gets slammed right into Carol's midsection. He's like, ugh. He's like, are you okay? Carol's like, yeah, I must have had too much milk this morning. You see Carol Campbell's battling stomach cramps as he enters the final stretch. With both sides impaired, this match has become a battle of sheer will. What a game! He's like, I don't want to lose. I don't want him to beat me. And you see, but I'm just no match. As you see, one of my favorite kind of art things people, the art things authors do, where you have just the looming shadow of Lloyd's face just behind him as he's leaping up to slam the ball down. Oh, just love it. And yeah, but I'm just no match as Lloyd slams it down between Carol's legs and sends it out. And Jeff, game, set, and match. The phonies are Camp Beldon champions. And Jeff, yes! Bwahaha! And you see them coming off to say congratulations. He's like, yeah, I can pay off my debt. Nice work, phonies. And Carol comes up and goes, you saw through our tricks, didn't you? And despite all that, you still crushed us. It's like utter defeat. For the first time in my life, I'm so disappointed with myself. And you see him just ugly crying. As Lloyd goes, you're still young and talented. Work hard to hone your game and you can be a great player one day. And he grips his eyes like, I swear, Mr. Phony, I'm going to train so hard. And he's like, you can do it. And Nightfall's like, he doesn't just strive to complete his mission. He even tries to reform his enemies. Oh, Twilight, this is why I love you. And Kim's like, this is so lame. Like, I'm done with tennis. You have Campbell just crying. He's like, I may have lost the tournament, but I gained something too. Look at how my little boy has grown. It's like, do you understand how much money you just lost? It's like, you have a phone call, sir. It's like, not now. I'm having a moment here, you idiot. It's like, I'm sorry, sir, but... See someone whispering something to him. And you see Lloyd looking up as the prize for their victory, the phonies will be awarded an item from Mr. Campbell's collection. And you see them looking through it until they finally see, it's like, this one, we'll take the Lady in the Sun. It's like, very well, madam, I'll retrieve it from the gallery for you. It's like, no, wait. It's like, I'm terribly sorry, Miss Phony, but that painting is the one prize I cannot give you. And she goes, may I ask why not? It's in the catalogue. And he goes, I'm afraid it's due to circumstances beyond my control. But I promise you may have any other item, and I'll throw in something extra by way of apology. So she whispers, Twilight. And he goes, I was afraid of this. He just got a call from the State Security Service. They must have gotten their hands on the same intel we did. They're probably on their way to pick it up now. And he goes, so, what do you say? You can sleep on it if you like. And she goes, may I view the collection in person? He goes, that would be fine. You come into this elaborate room with all these treasures and paintings laid out. It's like, wow, this is incredible. It's like, you're a lucky woman. Only a handful of people have ever set foot in here. It's like, huh? Where's your husband? And she goes, he said you need to sleep off his hangover. Don't worry about him. And she looks and sees that the Lady in the Sun painting is still hanging on the wall. Jeff's the painting is still here. So what would you recommend? So if we can't have Lady in the Sun, I don't want another painting. It's like, I'd happy to show you something else. It's like, may I leave my bag here? It's like, yes, of course. And goes, sir, Lady in the Sun? So they'll be here for it in 10 minutes. I told them to wait in the lobby or to bring it out directly to them. It's like, yes, sir. And you see the guy going over and lifting up the Lady of the Sun and taking off the back. He goes, hey, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm making sure it's in pristine condition, sir. It's like, don't worry about that. I didn't get the impression they wanted it for aesthetic reasons. And you see, yep, it's the Lady in the Sun, all right. We appreciate your cooperation. It's like, but of course, always happy to be of service. And you see a vroom as they drive away. And you have, shall I see Miss Phony out, sir? It's like, yes, please. But sound her out a little. See if they'd be interested in playing for us. Very well, sir. As he comes back, Nightfall goes, think Wise will let us moonlight his tennis pros? And you see a yank as Lloyd takes off the mask. And he goes, I've had enough of tennis for a while. So let's go home. He's like, what did you pick for our prize? It's like, I couldn't care less about any of it. This weird pot that Mr. Campbell recommended. He threw in these garish rings too. And you see, maybe they make a nice souvenir for the handler. It's like, that's an idea. You see, as they're driving away, Lloyd's like, suddenly I'm completely exhausted. It all worked out though, right? He opens up her little tennis case and he rolls out a little roll. He goes, I panicked for a minute there when he said he wouldn't give us the painting, but we pulled it off. Thanks to your foresight in bringing a forgery of the painting in the secret compartment of your racket bag, and because of your skills at disguise and sleight of hand, Twilight. Good thing the secret code was in the painting and not the frame. Yeah, there's some distinctive ink traces on the back of the canvas. This has to be it. Let's get this straight to HQ for analysis. It's like, seems like it. Haha! It's like, it didn't go exactly as planned, but mission accomplished. And they high five. Alright, I'm trying to decide if I should do one more chapter or not. You know what? Let's do one more chapter. That'll probably catch up with the... But you know what? Let's see if I can just get through all of them today. Let's see what these other chapters are like. Go straight to chapter 34 as you have. You can just let me off. You can let me off just ahead, Nightfall. He goes, I'm sure you're tired. She goes, I'm sure you're tired. I'll take you all the way home. She's like, to have even just a second longer with him. And you see, as he's pulling off his wig and his fake sideburns and everything, he goes, I'm Lloyd Forger, a happily married man. I don't want to risk a neighbor getting the wrong idea should they see me leaving a young lady's car. People get reported to the secret police over infidelity all the time. And she's gripping the steering wheel. She goes, Twilight, I did a good job supporting you on our mission, didn't I? I worked so hard for you. Can't you see how that makes me the more suitable wife? How your partner should be me? It's like, all right, I'll see you at the hospital. It's like, Anya, Bond, it's time to head home, okay? And you see that Yor's out playing tennis with Anya and Bond again. As Lloyd's like, Yor and Anya are playing tennis again today? And you see Nightfall just kind of staring as she gets out of the car. It's like, Nightfall? It's like, good evening to you, Miss Forger. And Yor's like, Wah! It's like, oh, Miss Fiona. It's like, that lady. It's like, good evening. It's like, hi, we're back. It's like, oh, hello, Lloyd. And you see Bond is going up to get some pets from Lloyd. So adorable. It's like, it was on her way, so Fiona gave me a ride. He's like, I thought I'd stop by and say hello. He's like, how lovely. And she sees the tennis racket that she's holding, and Nightfall goes, do you play tennis too, Miss Forger? She's like, well, Anya really got into tennis when we practiced with Lloyd the other day. And Anya's just like, I hit so many home runs. It's like, and thanks to that, I did well in the tourney. It's like, I told you. It's like, I owe you. I'm so glad. It's like, where are the fabulous prizes? And Nightfall's like, as if you had anything to do with Twilight's skills. Please, you presumptuous fool. Even I would not be so arrogant as to believe that. And unlike you, I actually would have helped Twilight achieve further greatness. She clenches her fist and she goes, then you must be quite a skilled player yourself, Miss Forger. Might I challenge you to a game? And Lloyd goes, what are you doing, Fiona? And she goes, I want to make sure she's prepared for the physical rigors of Operation Strix. So I haven't gotten enough exercise yet, so I will break you. If you'll indulge me, I'll crush your heart to pieces. I will relieve you of your role in the Forger family forever. It's like, I'm in way over my head. I relinquished my wife role to Fiona. Okay. It's like, I don't know what this is about, but... And Lloyd goes, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. And Yora's like, I accept your challenge. I can feel it. If I were to get out of this or lose, the consequences would be dire. And you see her imagining Lloyd saying, I wish I'd married a strong tennis player. I report weak ones to the SSS. And Fiona's like, is that right? I'm good at tennis. And you see poor Anya just doing her face as she's looking back and forth. It's like, Anya, did you see Burlington Love this week? It's like, things are getting so wild. The main character's fiance runs into his childhood girlfriend. He's like, oh my god, Anya, the sparks were flying. And Anya's just like, I'm into cartoons. It's like, so this is what Becky was talking about. It's like, I get it now. I like action battles too. You see scritch, scritch, scritch as Nightfall just kind of scratches out a rough tennis court in the sand. He's like, phew, phew. And she's like, come at me with everything you've got. He's like, Fiona, don't do this. He's like, please step back, Dr. Forger. Nora's like, she's right. To hold back would be an insult to my opponent. I'll go all out. He's like, here we go. And Yor does her assassin face as she launches the ball up, just clenches the racket and slams it. Oh. And she completely swifts it as the ball just lands in front of her and she misses. Like, oh! And Nightfall's like, even I expected more from you, Briar. Clearly you're wholly I was like, huh? And you see the ball wobbling as it just gets cut into so many tiny little pieces. And yours is like, darn it, Yor, you did it again. When I swing too hard, the strings always cut right through the ball. I'm so sorry, Mr. Ball. I remain awful at tennis. It's like, Anya, can you pass me a new ball? He's like, go, ball dog, go. And you see Bond just being all adorable, running up with the ball. And Jeff, I need to hold back a little if I want to actually hit the ball. I'm sorry, I'll try that again. And she shakes the racket. And I falls like, wait, what? It's like, what on earth was that? The ball just disintegrated? He's like, huh? And first time she just looks completely shocked and surprised. He's like, how? And yours tosses the ball up again and slams it this time without cutting it. And you see it just shooting forward like a missile. Nightfall's like, faster than sound. Not even a hint of descent in its trajectory. A perfect straight line. It'll go out of bounds by a mile. But that doesn't matter now, does it? Swing the racket, Nightfall, or else you're dead. And you have a rah! So Nightfall is just struggling, just slamming the ball. It's like the amount of force behind this ball. I can't push forward. It's like, but I must. My feelings for Twilight are still stronger. No mere object can match the weight of my love. He's like, forward, just push the racket forward. Pierce his heart with the ball, Nightfall. You can't lose him to the likes of her. In the bright future Twilight is helping to create, who will be best at his side? Her or me? We'll sit on the sofa commiserating over hard times, tour old battlefields, and in our later years gaze at the sea in some neutral nation. Just thinking about it fills me with excitement. And so, Mrs. Forger, get the hell out of my way! As you see her just going completely bonkers and just freaking out. God, I love the way this panel is drawn with just the intricate detail. As you see the racket just disintegrating as the ball just slashes through the net. Racket just blows apart and the ball goes slamming into the tree trunk behind her. And Nightfall just kind of collapses to her knees in defeat. She's like, I've lost. Utterly and completely. My whole heart crushed. And yours like, are you okay? Did you get hurt? And Lloyd's like, that's why I told you not to. She's like, I give up. At this moment you are superior. And yours like, I'm what? It's like, but, like Mrs. Forger, one day I will challenge you to a revenge match. Until that day, you better enjoy this life of yours. And she just runs away crying, tears streaming down her face. Like, it's like, I'll never give up, no matter what. And yours like, did I upset her somehow? It's like, how? And Anya's just like, that lady sure got some energy. And Lloyd's like, I guess she's just really passionate about tennis. It's like, I hope she didn't give Yor the wrong idea. But it's only a paper marriage. I can't imagine Yor. And Yor's like, Lloyd, I beat her. It's like, yeah, congratulations. It's like, I beat her. It's like, yeah, you beat her, Yor. She just struts away with the, And Lloyd's just like, suddenly, I'm beyond exhausted. He's like, Papa, I'm hungry. It's like, sorry, can we just get something delivered? And you see later as he's meeting with his handler, it's a good work retrieving that painting last week. Today I'll brief you on our findings. He's like, huh? Where's Nightfall? Excuse me. And she goes, she's training her swing speed in the mountains today. Some tennis thing. It's like, huh? Okay. You have the secret code you found was easily deciphered. It was a set of coordinates to a secret storage site. I sent agents to recover the contents. As for the so-called Zakara's dossier, and she hands him a diary. He's like, here. It's like, a diary? It's August 21st. Today I sealed a great threat within this vault. My collection of young starlet photos. I was like, huh? I'm a great fan of the theater and have always preferred musical comedy to operatic tragedy, particularly the ones starring young actresses. I always like to support their careers by buying a souvenir or two. He's like, okay. I became so enamored my wife beat me for it. It's like, how much wife have you thrown away on this? How much money have you thrown away on this crap? It's like, I just want to support the arts. And why are they all so young? It's like, once I invited my wife to join me, but she didn't get it. Like, why do they keep breaking into song? She told me to get rid of my postcards, but some are quite rare. I couldn't bear to part with them. I had little choice but to view my beloved musicals in secret and to lock my collection away lest it reignite the flames of strife between us. And Lloyd just closes the diary unimpressed, and he goes, so, the war he was afraid of reigniting was not East versus West, it was his marriage. But then how did this dossier business get started? Like, everything I went through was for this? And yeah, before the war's end, Colonel Zacharias hosted some Western diplomats and music performance. He must have sworn them to secrecy so his wife wouldn't find out. And the story he told us embellished over the years. And you have, no, the diary and postcards must be the code to the real mystery. And he's flipping through it. She goes, they're not. We had them analyzed backwards and forwards. There's no bombshell that'll reignite the war. Let's just call that a victory. Lloyd's like, so I can go with that. And you see, as he puts it down, a photo slips out. He's like, a photo of the colonel? It's like, my dear wife and daughter. It's a message on the back. He goes, Zakaros is a family man through and through. He took his secret to the grave just to protect his marriage. It's like, if you loved his family so much, you'd have tossed the postcards. So creepy. It's like, what? You just don't get it, handler. That was that, and this are rare collectibles. And you see Twilight kind of looking at the photos. He goes, any lie can be justified if it's in the name of peace, huh? And he's looking kind of forlorn as he goes to a bakery and orders something. And you see you're also kind of looking off into the distance, back at home. And then you see in the mountains, Nightfall has just tied this giant boulder to a stick and she's just swinging it around. All these forest creatures are just kind of staring at her, all scared. Alright, well, you know what? Might as well just finish these chapters. Only 2 left. And you see in chapter, what is this, 35? You see Yor kind of walking around in a daze. He just kind of bumps into a telephone pole. Jeff, good morning, Miss Forger. Is everything okay? It's like, I'm being kicked to the curb, right? That's what this is? He's like, huh? Like, what a fool I was, thinking a game of tennis would change anything. So what was that? It's like, isn't it obvious? Her husband must be cheating on her. What a despicable creep. That's what she gets for marrying such a looker. I'm sure the ladies are on him like flies. And you see Lloyd coming back and hearing all this as she goes, I hope she reports him to the secret police like that lady in apartment 15. Ha ha ha. That's the way, only way his type ever learns. Lloyd's like, it's like, has Yor become suspicious of Nightfall? This could be disastrous. It's bad for appearances and she should tell her brother. And that's what happened. And you see Yor going, why that? I'll see him hang for this. I'll get the entire SSS on it. Like, that scenario is all too possible. And Jeff like, yeah, and a Worf. Like, wah, I've caught you now, Bond man. Jeff curses. It's like, I want to draw pictures now. And you see a little Afro dude. I cannot remember his name for the life of me. Works at Twilight. Playing with Anya as he goes, I'll let you borrow this color changing pen I developed. Like, look, I bought a frisbee for the doggy. Bond's like, Worf. It's like, let's throw it. I was like, well, looks like you have things under control here. And you see a bonk and a so I'll be as the frisbee hits him in the head. And he goes, how many times do I have to say it? I'm not a babysitter. Why do I gotta be the one you call whenever you go out? Well, it looks like you're having fun. It's like, I already told you. It's like, I need to clear up Yor's misunderstanding about my relationship with a colleague. It's like, for the mission's sake. It's like, so have a family meeting at home. So there are things I can't say in front of a child. You know, things. It's like, fine, here. And he just hands him some money. It's like, not everything's about money, you know. The nerve. It's like, okay, guys, who wants to go to the park? You see later that night, Yor's all dressed up nicely. His Lloyd's like, over here, Yor. It's like, I'm so sorry they kept us late at work today. It's like, no problem at all. It's like, so this is... And he goes, I just thought it would be nice to go out for a drink with my wife. I know a little place that has great cocktails. And you see, 1 Red Queen for the lady. And Lloyd's like, I'll have a bottle of my usual scotch. So thanks for all your hard work with Anya and the house as they toast. He's like, yeah, cheers. And Yor's like, what is this about? It seems like he has something he wants to say to me. He's like, and she imagines him saying, it's been a real pleasure working with you. I'll be going with a new wife from here on. And she imagines Fiona coming in the background like, good evening. It's like, that has to be it. I knew it. And Lloyd's like, incidentally, what would happen with Fiona yesterday? And it's like, yes. It's like, I knew it. It's like, Yor? It's like, sorry. It's like, oh no, what am I going to do? If I'm no longer part of this family, then... But that's how it is, isn't it? We both entered into this marriage out of self-interest. I don't have the right to pry into Lloyd's personal life. If she's someone he legitimately cares about, and she goes, listen, Lloyd, then I should withdraw from this marriage with grace and dignity. And she goes, if this is really what you want, then I want to... It's like, huh? It's like, why can't I say it? It's like, the words keep getting caught in my throat. It's because I don't want to give up this life, but Yor, this isn't about you. This is about Lloyd finding happiness. You need to tell him that. And she's like, booze, give me strength. Knock these words loose. And she just downs her drink. It's like, it's not enough. Like, let me borrow your bottle of Louis. She just grabs his whiskey, just starts chugging it. It's like, you can't drink that, you'll die. Stop. And she gets drunk and goes, tell me, Roy, who the hell is that woman? And he's like, what? It's like, are you in love with her, Royd? It's like, and Lloyd's like, that's what I was just about to explain to you. It's like, show is true. You two are in love, god damn it. It's like, I was gonna wish you two all the happiness in the world, but I don't even know what I'm saying now. And Lloyd's like, you are, calm down. It's like, that woman is nothing more than a work associate. Our relationship is strictly professional. Nightfall couldn't control herself, but I can't say that. The bartender's like, must be rough being such a ladies' man. He's like, it's my fault for being such a bad wife, and I'm not pretty like Shiona is. Are you even listening? And Lloyd's like, are you even listening to me? It's like, wait, does this mean? And Yor's like, but you used to think I was pretty, or was that just a lie? It's like, I thought Yor had lost faith in her abilities and was fearing a potential end to our arrangement, but she's jealous? And look, Yor's like, you're bored with me now, is that it? So could it be that Yor has, and Lloyd's just like, romantic feelings for me? And it's like, clack, 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 clack. It's just, you're just calculating it. And it's just like, ding. And his eyes just suddenly narrow. He's like, Twilight mode engaged. And he's like, I'm a spy. I've had a relationship with lots of women over my career. I'm so sorry I made you worry, Yor. Like, if that's how Yor feels about me, then I'd be remiss not to utilize that. It's like the classic honey trap. And he clasps her hands like, but I still want you to trust me. And Yor's like, and he's like, da, 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 da. It's like, do you hate me now, Yor? It's like, no, I don't. It's like, all this time I've spent by your side has finally made me realize how I feel about you. And she's like, Roy? And she's just like blushing. It's like, Yor, I want you to be my real, and you see a whoosh. And then, eek! And embarrassed. Poor Lloyd. You see, you're just kicking up and sending Lloyd flying with his jaw just slamming back, spray of blood. And she's like, oh, what did I... as he sent flying, he just touched a casual flip and just lands perfectly. And all the ladies watching, ooh, clap, 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 clap. He's like, yeah, it's like, I was wrong. That blow just now, he's just wobbling on his feet. It's like, such power. That wasn't her being bashful. That was real rejection. Like, she doesn't have romantic feelings for me at all. Sorry for getting carried away, Yor. He's like, Roy, are you okay? I'm so sorry. He's like, but I don't understand what was going on earlier. And he's just like trembling and shaking. He's like, some sort of high-level reverse trap designed to provoke a honey trap for me? It's like, no, Twilight, you're being observed. You're being absurd. But for me, of all people to botch an emotional analysis that badly, maybe being with Yor really has thrown me off balance. And you see, and drift to sleep, O sweet prince of mine, beneath their silver shine. And you see, singing? I know this lullaby. She used to sing it to me all the time. And you see, beneath their silver shine, he's like, Mother? It's like, It's like, I don't know the rest of the words. And you see, outside on a park bench, Yor singing it to him as she has Lloyd resting in her lap, covered with their coats. And he's like, whoa! He's like, good morning, Lloyd. He's like, where are we? How long was he unconscious? He's like, this is a nearby park. So the bartender kicked us out for causing such a commotion. You were asleep for about 5 minutes. He's like, I haven't been knocked unconscious since my training days. When did you get so sloppy, Twilight? And why am I asleep on her lap? He's like, I really am sorry, Lloyd. Brute strength really is all I have going for me, including these powerful legs which I used to kick my husband. No wonder you're ready to move on. Lloyd looks at her, looks away and goes, when I was a little boy, I can't even really recall what my mother looked like, but I remember how much I loved being held by her. Even on nights when I knew a bomb might hit at any moment, I could always sleep soundly if she was at my side. My mother was strong. Anya's told me so many times that if she's ever in danger, it'll be okay, because Mama will save her. So I tell her to stay out of danger in the first place, but she wouldn't be her smiling, energetic self if she didn't have you giving her that sense of security. And he goes, we agents of the state have been rebuilding this world with our blood, sweat, and tears. That's the sort of strength that will finish the job. He goes, you're strong, Yor. Perhaps this isn't the sort of compliment an unmarried, in the real sense, woman hopes to receive. And she goes, not really the kind of strength I was talking about. But he goes, but you're already an incredible mother. And I have no intention whatsoever of replacing you as Anya's guardian. It's like, but Donna would... It's like, I assure you parenting skills are not Fiona's strong suit, except perhaps by the standards of ancient Sparta. And he goes... it's not like I'm some expert. All I know is what I learned from looking after Yuri. And he goes, that's exactly right. Since you've been doing it since you were a child yourself, you're really second to none. You should have more faith in yourself. And that's why I hope you'll continue being Anya's mother. And of course, the role of my wife. He goes, the full Your Forger package. She goes, I accept. If you're sure about this. It's like, your nose is running. He's like, take my handkerchief. She's like, thanks. Like, excuse me. Like, shall we head home? It's getting cold. It's like, Frankie must be furious. That sounds good. Oh, God, his name is Frankie. I'm never going to get over that. I'll make us some hot tea when we get back. You see Anya going, Mama and Papa are late. Maybe they're shacking up together. Frankie's like, shacking up? Where'd you learn that from? We'll say from Becky. It's like, still not back? And you see Frankie going, hey, so do you like your mom and dad? And Anya's like, huh? It's like, I love them. He's like, And you see Bond sniffing as he runs to the door. It's like, we're back. It's like, Mama, Papa, you smooching. You see Lloyd has this huge bruise off his chin where Yor just kicked him. He's like, what happened? You tried to put the moves on or got punched or something? It's a chin monster. And Yor's like, no, it's not like that. She ended trying to reach up to grab it. And he's like, it was a surprise to me too. The only attachment I've ever had was to my brother. I never imagined I'd find a place like this that I was so unwilling to leave behind. You see, next day, Lloyd, what on earth happened to your chin? It's like, what? You don't remember anything that happened yesterday? And you see, they had the same conversation all over again. Oh, man. Spy Family is those wholesome moments that really are the heart and charm of the series. Alright, one more chapter and then we'll be caught up. So you see an announcement of informal get-togethers. So, are the Imperial Scholar get-togethers starting next week? He's like, huh? Not that it has anything to do with us, yet. Excuse me. And you have Damien and his little goonies going, we'll have those 8 Stella Stars before you know it. No doubt. And you see Anya's kind of watching. And she's like, Papa's trying to get close to Scion Boy's Papa. It's called Operation Styx. I'm supposed to become an Imperial Scholar so we can get those fancy meetings. But the thing is, I've kind of given up on earning 8 Stella Stars. She's like, I'm not getting any better at learning or sports, so I'm starting to get really discouraged. Like, so, all that's left is to befriend Scion Boy. And you see him going, stop staring at me. Go help your dad beat up his patients, weirdo. And she's like, this isn't going so well either. I'm so frustrated. What should I do? And Becky's like, oh my god. And I get so frustrated seeing you like this. It's like, I know exactly how you feel, Anya. It's like, love can be such a hard thing to communicate. And Anya's like, love? He's like, Papa, love. Mama, love. Bond, love. Peanuts, love. Cartoons, love. It's like, Scion Boy, ... It's like, nope, not even close. Becky's like, you don't need to be bashful about it. You're so hot and cold. It's like, I've got it. I'm going to help you make him fall for you. It's like, boys are easily fooled by outward appearances. If you get done up all cute, he'll fall head over heels for you. So this weekend, you and I are going shopping. You see them riding this fancy car. As Anya's like, I've never ridden such a fancy car before. So exciting. Like, it's a pretty decent ride, right? But seriously, I came all the way to your apartment to pick you up and my Lloyd wasn't even there? It's the weekend. I was like, oh, Lloyd, where are you, Lloyd? And you are going, thank you for looking after our daughter today. And you see, Papa had a work emergency. And Lloyd's wife is prettier than she was in that picture. She's going to be a tough rival. And Anya's like, another battle? And you see the little butler driver, Becky, going, home wrecking is a no-no, madam. And you see, by the way, Anya, your bag is totally adorbs by working class standards. What's inside? And you see, let's see, it's a cash, and she just pulls out a roll. And you have Lloyd going, forging a positive relationship with the black belts could have serious benefits. It's like, take this. So I'm sure the agency will see value in this, as he just hands her his leaf of money. And it's like, that much? It's like spending money. And Becky's like, that's not much, though. "Oh, my Lloyd is such a sweetheart." The driver's just like, kids these days. It's like, how many peanuts can I buy with this? We aren't going shopping for peanuts, Anya. Clothes. We're buying clothes. And you see them going to this family thing or this fancy shopping center. Yeah, it's a pleasure to see you, Madam Becky. Our clothing department has prepared a wide variety of brand new haute couture fashions for you. He's like, thanks. It's like, Becky, is your dad the Prince of Darkness? He is, isn't he? As you see all the ladies in there wearing like these black formal suits with those little, was it Madeline? Comic book with a little French girl, like those kinds of hats on their head. And he's like, how much money did you bring? And Becky's like, I've never thought about bought any money anywhere in my life. Usually the store brings stuff to our house. I was so excited about shopping with you today that I reserved the whole store. Now let's go find a look that even Damien can't resist. Oh, God, I hate rich people. I hate them. And you see Five Family Mission 36, Anya's Fall and Winter Collection, featuring the hottest imports from the West. Telepath chic, show off your superpowers with style. Living your best life through mind reading, find your beauty inside their minds. Looks to make your classmates love you. Throw off that school uniform. And you just see a page of just her in different outfits. Mad Max and other ones. Oh, alright, super adorable. See, Kanye's like, fashion is hard. Becky's like, it really is. How are we supposed to narrow our options when we don't know what Damien likes? And he's like, wait a minute. I wear the same clothes every day. So when would you even have a chance to see my new outfit? It's like, oh. It's like, that's how... And Becky goes, all the halls throw parties at the end of the term. If the teacher allows it, you can go in street clothes. That's your chance. It's like, that's how uniforms work, duh. It's like, oh, that's right. If the parties are open to parents too, then... And you see her imagining Lloyd telling her, well, hello there, pretty girl. I'm Anya's father, Lloyd. So we don't have time to waste picking clothes out for you. I need something for me. What sort of look is Lloyd into? Tell me. You see the Becky collection as she's doing a little fashion run walk. Like, is it the tried and true cute girl style? Or is he more into the high fashion type? Maybe something like this? Oh, I could go all out sexy. Or more like his current wife? He's like, I don't even know anymore. So they all look wonderful on you, madam. It's like, I guess I'll just take them all. It's like, thanks very much. And Anya's just looking in shock as the butler's like, Yeah, what do you decide on, Anya? It's like, I can't even look at clothes anymore. So then shall we check out the shoes? And you see them going on various shopping trips, getting shoes, hats, and sunglasses. And you have so now even I'm getting a little tired. I need some sweets. So I think I almost shocked myself to death. You see, madam, you've bought too much. And you see this giant pile of clothes. It's like, Martha, where are you? Oh, God. It just gave me Batman Justice League vibes. It's like, wait, Anya, have you bought anything at all? It's like, I don't even know what I want. Fashion is hard. And you see Becky kind of just looking at her, and she kind of looks despondently, looks down and goes, Anya, did you have fun shopping? And Anya just looks like, he's like, I had so much fun. This is the first time I've ever gone shopping with a friend. I had a great time. And Becky's like, a friend? It's like, oh, well, let's get back to it. Let's go find something you really do want. It's like, I really want cartoon toys. So they don't sell that sort of thing here. So, but there's a stuffed animal shop over. It's like, what? What are these sheep here? It's like, oh, that's this department store's mascot. It's like, see, look at that. And you see one standing nearby. It's like, apparently they started by selling wool. And Anya's like, it's so cute. I want to buy that. It's like, what, a keychain? You really are such a child, Anya. And Anya goes, this way I won't ever forget our shopping trip together. It'll be proof we survived. And Becky's like, oh, then I guess I should too, but... And you see her father telling her, she's like, I'll do it, Papa. It's like, remember, Becky, you're a black belt. I don't want you wearing anything less than the finest. And you see, here, I bought one for you too, Becky. Like, you're my little sister. And you see Anya coming in with this little wrap package. It's like, what? That was fast. It's like, Martha's like, to spurn a kind gesture of friendship would be to sully the black belt name. I'm certain your father would say the same. And she goes all Sundra's like, oh, then I guess embarrassing as it is, I have to accept this. He's like, thanks. He's like, now who's hot and cold? So why'd we go shopping again? He's like, I forgot. He's like, well, whatever, let's go home. You see, as they're going home, both of them just adorably sitting back, and Anya's got a little tin of peanuts, and they're both just asleep as Martha's looking at them fondly. And Jeff, wah! It's like, Becky's always so mean. She makes fun of us. She picks on everyone. And you have Martha trying to hold back tiny Becky going, stop this right now, madam. It's like, what's so wrong with calling them brats? They are brats. Eden Academy? Ew. I've heard all about Eden at preschool. I don't want to go to school with ill-bred kids. And if I was like, where did you learn that? And you see how she's getting dressed, like, can't believe this. Making me go to that awful school? Fine then. Adults need to learn how to endure the masses with a smile, right? And you see Martha going, madam, I know you think you have it all figured out, but understanding that you don't is the first step towards growing up. He's like, huh. And you see, Martha, listen, there's a really funny girl in my class. So maybe school won't be so bad after all. So I'll get her a gift next time. See him watching with the head. It's like, I'm so happy for you, madam. You see later that night, as Anya's showing him the little mascot, Lloyd's just like, these cost $300 a piece. He's like, I know you could spend that, but it's me and Becky's special thing. And he's Bond's getting jealous. And Bond's just like, as he's just glaring at her. Holy shit, $950? Good lord, what kind of fucking exchange rate is that? Christ. And you have next morning, good morning, Anya. It's a good morning, and you see the little jangles, you see the little sheep mascots on both their bags. And Anya's like, look, we match. He's like, so we do. It's like, I hope the housemaster doesn't get mad. He's like, yeah. He's like, he won't. And you see Damien and his buddies as he's looking at Anya all smiling and happy. And he's like, oh. It's like, Damien, what's up, boss man? It's like, nothing. It's nothing. And then we have one extra chapter. No, that was it. Apparently, that was literally just a special illustration of Yor curled up all nicely with a mug of tea. Very adorable. Alright. Caught up with Spy Family. I guess quick thoughts. There's not really much I need to say about the series because it isn't very heavily... Yeah, there isn't a lot of plot progression or really character development so far. It's kind of just basic character interactions and moments, but it is really, really adorable. Like, as always, the humor of this series is always at the peak, and I love how well it leans into kind of like the whole misunderstandings trope for using that humor. And oh god, I love adorable drunk Yor, who's just so insecure, just like lashing out because she can't control her strength. That was adorable. And Twilight just being a dumbass who's just like, who spent so long faking, feelings and emotions and everything else. I don't think he really understands what genuine kind of bonds and connections are and how to grow or develop them. So I think that's why he's, his whole Lloyd Raider is kind of going off. So he hasn't been in a situation where he's kind of dealt with someone so awkward and kind of naive and inexperienced in kind of those kinds of regards. So that was super adorable. As always, Anya's reaction faces are the highlight. But yeah, this is a awesome manga. One of the best ones running in Shonen Jump right now. I really love the wholesome aspect of it. I don't, it also makes me wonder how long this series is going to last or run for, if there is going to be more of an overreaching plot. Like, we're eventually going to get to the misunderstandings will come out, everyone will find out everything else about everyone else, but I wonder if there is going to be several, more overarching, larger plots kind of leading up to those moments, but we'll see. Right now, it's entertaining enough on its own merits that I don't think there's a need for it to build into these overarching stuff just yet. But yeah, honestly, so far, really, really good. Enjoyed a lot. Like I said, I'll bring this back to my normal reaction roster. I'll try to do it as it comes out. I think it's bi-weekly that the series comes out, so I'll start planning and scheduling stuff around it when I can. So like I said, as always, if you like my content, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, because it really does help my channel, gain visibility and boost it. Helps me find new subscribers and all that. I really appreciate it. Like I said, hopefully by tonight I will have a channel introduction video as well as a channel update one on the channel. I don't know if I'm going to get around to doing the rest of Lazarus collection tonight as well. I'm going to try to aim for it if I can. If not, I will mention the channel update when the next one's going to be coming out. I think that is everything I have to say. So until next time, this is Ash. Talk to you all later.